Hey there, pilots! This is Sapphire Sky, and welcome to Armajet Arena 2019 spring season. This season is a 4 versus 4 tournament meant to provide the best 6 teams in the game with a fun, competitive experience spanned over 2 weekends. Heat 1 is played on Saturday, April 13th and Sunday, April 14th. Heat 2 is played on Saturday, April 20th, and Heat 3 is played on Sunday, April 21st. Heat 1, the group stage, is split into 2 groups, EU and NA. This determines seed placement. 6 series will occur based on their placement in the group stage. Teams will be seeded in the upper or lower bracket in Heat 2. Seed 1 and Seed 2 will then advance to the upper bracket. Seed 3 will be forced to take on the lower bracket. Heat 2 is our double elimination stage, and round 1 and 2 of the bracket plays out over 5 series, which only 3 teams will survive. In Heat 3, the finals, the last 3 teams will compete for the most wanted title of the Armajet Arena, Spring Champion. And they will also receive a combined $400 worth of prizes. Pilots, gear up. We're getting ready for takeoff. Don't forget to bring your jetpacks. I'm your host, Sapphire Sky, and I'll see you in the arena. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Armajet Arena 2019 spring season. I am your host, Sapphire Sky, and I'm coming at you live from beautiful deep South Texas. Now, today we have day 2 and we are featuring our NA teams. And what is this? This is the group stage, and this determines who is placed in the upper bracket and the lower bracket. And then today's format is going to follow, each team will go ahead and play each team 3 times. And from there, the top teams will move on to our Heat 2 stage, which is a double elimination, and it will be played on Saturday. Heat 3 is our finals, and those 3 teams that survive Saturday will go on to play Sunday, and they will be fighting for first place, which is $200 worth of gift cards and 4,000 Paragon and Armajet gear. Second prize is $2,500 for Paragon and a rare weapon mod. Third prize is $1,500 Paragon. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have a giveaway. So if you want to go ahead and clip your favorite moments, upload them to Twitter and tag at the Forge League. And don't forget to check out our pinned tweet. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce Sean Alstina, who's coming from us live at San Francisco, California. Hi, Sean. Welcome.
Hey, Sapphire Sky. Thanks for having me. It's been an amazing weekend so far here. Talking some Armajet esports, and yesterday we had some really good games. Not quite too many upsets. A lot of our predictions did pan out, but at the same time we had some games.
Sean, I think you have your mic muted, perhaps. Sean,
do I have my mic muted? I might have my mic muted for you, but I think for the stream everything's good.
So sorry.
So that's my bad.
Sorry, yeah.
I muted it in Discord for you guys. So anyway, yeah, I am here with you, Sapphire Sky, and to everybody at home, we had some amazing games yesterday. Yeah, El Toro Darkness says he can hear me. But yeah, it's been fun. We did see. Let's go ahead and look at some of the points that we did see yesterday. So Sky Rose ended up performing the best. They got themselves 9 points, and each of these represents 3 wins. So there's three points there per win for each of these teams in the first heat that we did yesterday. Tribe Gaming ended up getting themselves 7. That's 2 wins, 1 loss. Fiery Tail got 2 losses, 1 win, getting them 5 points. And Le Canceru got 3 losses, earning them 3 points in the first heat. So really cool that Fiery Tail was able to perform well. Le Canceru was able to have a lot of fun out here during the first day, the first heat of the EU esports for Armajet Arena. And Skyrose and Tribe Gaming, they just performed amazingly, and we had
those were really fun games to watch, definitely, for sure.
We had very, very close games.
So what was surprising about Sky Rose, they aren't really a new team, and they do have a few members of Tribe Gaming there with them, but they overtook Tribe. I think Tribe was supposed to be one of the favorites. They were going to be probably, we expected to see them in first place, and Sky Rose maybe second or third, but they did an awesome job. And I don't know, there's lots coming. Like we were just completely surprised, and those games were pretty spectacular to see. We saw the Venom come out 4 times in that one game, and they pretty much did a lot of map control. And this is coming out of Tribe Gaming, and that secured them the first game. But there's only so many times that you can use the Venom as a surprise. Now I'm wondering if our NA teams will also be bringing something like that to the table. Are we going to expect like a lot more, I guess, frontline action, perhaps using the Black Tusk? Perhaps maybe the Blackliners, I don't know, will stick with their snipers, and I don't know. What do you think?
Well, we wanted to talk about some of the KDA stuff we were discussing yesterday. It wasn't necessarily as fair to some of the awesome pro players that we have here, so we were breaking things down more specifically to you guys watching in the chat, as well as the pro players who are here. And of course, those who have higher KDA are usually the frontliners. Those are guys who are finishing off the enemies that are low health or killing them outright. Those are going to be like Thunderstorm holders. There's mid laners or mid players as well, people who kind of go in, sometimes maybe back out a little bit. And then of course there's the backliners, there's the snipers who are out there, and the mid guys may be support sometimes as well. So anyway, let's talk about the matches we have coming up today. So we are going to be seeing Smeghead versus Swift Esports coming up first, followed by Hammers versus Space Soldiers. And we are running a little bit behind, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about the rest of the matches as they come up. But let's talk about the players to watch in this first matchup with Smeghead versus Swift Esports. Who do we got, Sapphire?
We have Chua and Spiral for Swift Esports. Now, just go a little bit into the teams. I know Smeghead Gaming, they're about 2 weeks old, and they're the #1 clan in rankings, though, which is pretty incredible to be playing in this tournament against these, probably a little bit more established teams, since this team is still a brand new team. Now, they do have a lot of external players, and that's Fat Liver and Ducky. He's also a new player. And then the frontliner, Chua, who is our player to watch. And he has 34% accuracy, and his KDA is 2.4. So his favorite primary weapon is actually the Black Tusk, and that is, I believe the only frontline weapon that we have. So I do expect a lot of aggression coming out of him. And for Swift Esports, we have Inspiral, and he has 39% accuracy, and he has 4.7 KDA. So his primary weapon is Leviathan, actually.
Yeah, so we were talking about the KDAs for some of these players, and it looks to me, if I was to indicate the KDA here for Chua, it seems to me that he goes in there, if he's using the Black Tusk primarily, he's getting a lot of damage down, and maybe he's backing off, maybe he's allowing someone on his team to come in with the Black Tusk and go ahead and finish them off. Like, for example, we could have Duck in there, we could have Gobway going in and getting the higher KDA, but on the other side, I like how his favorite weapon secondary is the Enforcer. That's great. He's got 34% accuracy. I was talking about accuracy being important. The Black Tusk has lower accuracy, right? So you're each shot out there, it does more damage, but you may get less hits because someone may be moving around, right? It's not like you have a continuous stream of damage like a Thunderstorm. This guy right here on the other side, on Swift Esports, we've got Inspiral. He's got 39% accuracy, so it's a lot higher. His KDA is higher as well. So looking at Inspiral, he's actually a sniper. This is actually really good accuracy for being a sniper because your damage per second is very, very further reduced. So hitting people with 39% accuracy and being a sniper is actually very, very good. And he gets a lot of burst damage down with weapons like the Leviathan, the Marauder as well. So it's just pretty crazy to see that kind of stuff happening for Swift Esports. And I'm actually excited to see Inspiral playing.
Yeah, very true. And then you also have Hax. I think she's a Hammers casual player, and she's also really good on this sniper. So you're going to see her probably in the back line as well. Probably, I don't see her probably as a front liner. Definitely sticking to the back. And then you also have Dandy, who's also known as Dandy De Leon, and he's also another front liner. So he's also new to the team. So I wonder how all of these guys are going to be playing together and using some sort of perhaps maybe strategy to go ahead and push the Smeg head back, and that way they can go ahead and proceed and take on the games. But we'll see what happens in a few minutes. I'm trying to think. I know that also I believe Seeker's also playing for them at the moment. Or no, not Seeker. I apologize. Seeker's also considered to be one of the best snipers in the game, and Hax has like so much potential. I think she got second in the 2P2 TPG tournament not too long ago. So I'm actually very curious to see how she plays, not just in Spiral.
Not only that, but I want to also mention that Vipensity is, over on Swift Esports is actually one of the few female players I know that are playing here in the Armajet Arena Forge League tournament. So it's pretty cool to hear about that, to see that's happening, and to have the female players represented here. It's great to have diversity here in Armajet Esports.
Definitely. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Smeghead Gaming. I think Chua is probably just a mid laner. He can probably be all over. And I know that he's one of his favorite weapons is the Black Tusk. Now, have we seen Fat Liver play before? In another tournament, do you remember?
I believe we have seen him play before in other tournaments. It's been a while since I've seen him. I want to say the Tribe Armajet tournament is what we saw him play in. I'm actually getting into the match right now while we're talking. But tell me about some of his stats. Do you have them in front of you?
No, I don't. I'm trying to get there. Actually, I'm trying to get into the game.
And let's see. I don't have the invite anymore, so if we could get the invite. Okay, we do have a code right now, actually, so we're going to go ahead and grab that code. Get ourselves into the game.
Yeah. So I'm logged in, just waiting for the invite.
Oh, we have a code in Discord.
Got it. Okay, so we have Smeghead Gaming versus Swift. So we'll see how these guys play out. What do you think their strategy is going to be on this map? Do you think we're going to see a lot of contention for the mid section, or the team's going to be sticking probably more towards the outer edges?
Well, we are going to be playing on Magma right now. Magma, and we have two power-ups here, the double damage and the invis as well. There's going to be a lot of contention and control over the top mid platforms there, right in the middle. So watch out for those. We've got in Spiral already, actually, with a Havoc, you see, so that's a lot of backline damage that's going to be coming out of Spiral. Dan De Leon's got Thunderstorm. We have another Thunderstorm coming out from Vipensity, so she's going to be getting in there to finish off anybody with that short-range frontline weapon. Look at the other side. We've actually got, we've got Duck clearly having a airstrike, so we're going to go ahead and get into the game right now, guys. And here we go. Let's fight. Game 1 of Swift versus Smeghead. And already we've got a jetpack kill. It's pretty crazy stuff right there, man. Unfortunately, so we're actually taking a different approach, you guys. So I'm actually zooming out a lot so you guys can see a lot of the action today. But Vipensity and Dan De Leon looks like they are on the left side of the map. Check it out, the west end. Havoc shots are coming down. Fat Liver Freddy gets himself a good Marauder kill in Spiral right there. Vipensity coming in with the Thunderstorm, trying to control that invis power up, but it looks like we do see Fat Liver Freddy grab that thing for himself. Double damage does just reappear. Duck gets it for himself. He's going to be able to output a lot of damage with that Thunderstorm right there, and gets himself three solid kills. That's amazing. Vipensity did pick up the double damage right there, and did that kill from that killing spree from Duck. Airstrike rains down, takes out Dan De Leon. Solid enforcer kill from Vipensity right there, taking them out from a distance. Dandelion throws down that frag grenade. No one's around to get hit by it. Another airstrike comes down. Fat Liver Freddy and his team are safe, and the rest of them on the other side not hit by that airstrike either. 12-13 right now at a minute and a half into the match. It's a very close matchup between these two teams at the moment. And Spiral comes in with that Havoc, with the shields as well, trying to get a kill, and it's a beautiful jetpack kill right there. Machine gun drone is down, getting some kills for Yax at the moment. They are 5 up right now if you look over there at Swift Esports. They're maintaining their lead. 1 minute into the game, Vipensity, she does drop down that machine gun sentry to guard the double damage. In about 15 seconds, that thing will be respawning. The invis is going to be there a lot sooner. Vipensity gets another kill on the Gobway right there, electrocuting him in the face. In Spiral, Havoc shot onto Boonana, kablamo, and the double damage is picked up by Dandelion right there. Excellent thunderstorm damage, upping those ticks to 14 damage per hit, which is amazing. Unfortunately, double damage falls down. Vipensity grabs it for herself. She's too low on health, but the double damage does go to another teammate of hers. And falling back, Fat Liver Freddy's trying to get the double damage. He's able to grab it. Airstrike comes down. Gobway kills himself with that. And it looks like Swift Esports end up getting themselves the win right there in game number 1 of this series.
Amazing gameplay by both teams, and I was very surprised, and I stand very corrected. Yax played amazingly well on the front line with the Black Tusk. She was there being aggressive, pushing the other team back, yet it was still not enough to go ahead and secure the win. However, both teams did amazingly well. I know Fat Liver Freddy definitely showed up, and so did Doug. I wasn't expecting him to be as high as he was on the scoreboard, but he was just kill, kill, kill. Looks like it's quack time. I think somebody wrote that in Twitch chat, actually.
I'm looking at some of the stats right now from the previous match, and yeah, Duck performed amazingly well. Next to that, Gobway did really good on the Alpha team. Unfortunately, yeah, they weren't able to pull out the win versus Swift Esports, and they were just edging them out from mid-game onwards. It seemed like they had a solid 5 kills plus lead, so it was good for them. And we will be game volume. Hold on a second, guys. I'm looking at stuff here. What else you got, Sky? Sapphire
what else
Sky.
do I have?
Yeah.
Well, the girls definitely showed up, but I definitely not to be saying that girls cannot play or anything like that. I mean, this game totally just proved that this team is just pretty amazing, and it's just well-rounded. And Spiral is the captain, and Honk the Punk are the coaches, and I feel that there's definitely great team synergy between these 4, and I'm just really excited to see everyone just come on board here and everything. I know in Spiral he was I think his KD on this match was 3.25, and his KD is 2.25. The Pensities is 1.83, and Yash on the Black Tusk in the frontliner, she got a 2.8 KDA. So those are impressive numbers. And for Snag, I don't know. Even though Duck and Fat Liver did show up, and they were pretty much a little bit more spread out than I don't want to say normal. However, I did expect a little bit more aggressive gameplay from them. Duck was leading the game pretty much in the beginning, and I think Fat Liver ended up overtaking him towards the end. But the difference was just so close between them. And towards the beginning, I mean, that's what you would see. It was like a 1-point difference. Smeg would be leading by 1 point, and then all of a sudden Duck would be leading by 2, and then back and forth. It was just very fun games to watch. I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, neither can I. We have the new invite code right now, and I have been pronouncing Yax's name wrong. Sorry, it's Yaxi. Yaxi, which is actually a very cool sounding name. But we're gonna go ahead and we're actually already in the game. We don't need the code, so I'm already in here. We're just waiting. We have everybody in. Yeah, are we waiting on one player? It looks like we have everybody in.
No, they just joined. Yeah.
Yep. So we're preparing to fight everybody. Game number 2 here. Smeghead versus Swift Esports. Smeghead is the home team. Swift Esports on the other side. And here we go. So, looks like we've got thunderstorms coming out from Duck and Boonana right there. Fat Liver Freddy gets himself a nice long claw kill. Yaxi going in with the long claw as well on the east side of the map. 3-2 so far at about 20 seconds into the match. Frags come out. Everybody's in top lane. Thunderstorms are killing so many people. 4-4 right now. in Spiral. He's got that Black Tusk available as well. Duck getting those Thunderstorm kills. Dandelion and in Spiral trying to control that double damage, and the Invis as well. In Spiral does pick it up. It's going to make it so hard to kill in Spiral right now. Drops into bot lane. Looks like he's trying to rotate back. Vipensity actually trying to rotate back, heal up a little bit. In Spiral's going pretty low. Ended up Dandelion ended up ending that spree onto Duck right there. Airstrike comes down, and it does not land any kills quite yet. Gobway getting kills with that Thunderstorm onto Vipensity. Duck gets a kill on the Inspiral right there with the Thunderstorm. Love the Thunderstorm action right now. Bunana picking up that shields, rotates back. 12 kills up right now at 1:40 remaining. Duck rotating around, trying to see if he can get a kill. 2v1 situation on the Inspiral. Doesn't happen. Oh, he does go down eventually. Machine gun drone, wildfire drone actually, is still alive. Not shooting out any flames though yet. That's a lazy drone if I ever saw one. Vipensity goes in, tries to front line for the team, trying to get that Thunderstorm action down. It does get 2 kills right there. Great for a Vipensity. That's amazing. And 1 minute remaining in the match. We do see Swift Esports going up.
1 minute remaining.
Airstrike does come down at the moment. Does not connect with anybody, but we do have sentries and machine gun drones down. Vipensity gets the spree ended right there. In Spiral, going around, trying to use that double damage to full effect right there. Not able to happen, and a jetpack kill results in her getting hit, or him getting hit really bad. Double damage picked up by Godway. And Yaxi grabs that double damage from the backline, trying to rain down some of that 150 damage from the Long Claw. Hasn't quite connected yet. It does connect onto Fat Liver Freddy right there, and Gobway so far. But Yaxi is on that killing spree, out of the double damage, and now terminated
1 kill remaining
by Duck. Duck is going around. The round ends 24-30 right there. Swift Esports takes the series after winning 2 games in a row. And that's all she wrote for that series, Sapphire Sky.
So congratulations to Swift Esports, as they will go ahead and move on to our next well, they just got 3 points, right? Nobody moves on anywhere just yet, but congratulations. And I was a little bit surprised by Smeghead. They were just giving it their all. They were giving it their best, and then all of a sudden, towards the end, they ended up losing the lead. They were pretty close to almost, I think it was like 25-24, I think. And then Swift went ahead and definitely just took the lead and won the game there. Now, on our first game, we did see Duck taking the lead, and Yaxi was great on the Black Tusk. We saw her again on it this game around. And now I saw some in Spiral and Intensity. They first in the beginning they took charge, and they ended up losing. Basically, they went up against Smeghead Gaming, and they put a stop to it, and then pretty much gave Smeghead the lead by 2 points. And then also, I don't know, maybe it was like a surprise, kind of like, boo, we're in your face, but you know, that just completely backfired. And I saw Swift throughout the game with more synergy. It's like they were moving as one cohesive unit throughout the map. So it's kind of like this blob with guns shooting everywhere at all directions. And I saw, you know, the team like facing each other, and that way they could kill the rest of the guys around them. That was pretty interesting to watch. And they were even able to penetrate Smeghead in one of those and separate 2 players. So you have 2 players on the left and 2 players on the right, and they just quickly went down after that. And I don't know, that was pretty just fun to watch and everything.
I'm looking at some of the stats right now from the previous game, and it looks like Smeghead, overall, their KDAs were either at 1 or below 1 so far. Well, let's go ahead and talk about the KDAs. Gobway had 0.9 KDAs so far, as I can see. 2.2 for Duck, and Duck was actually getting some pretty good kills right there, I think, with the Thunderstorm. Bunana, 0.8 KDA right there, and Fat Liver Freddy, 1.6. Invis pickups, there was a lot of control by Swift Esports for the Invis and the double damage, and that resulted, I feel like, in their win. Controlling the double damage and the Invis is such an important part of Armajet that if you get those, you have a big advantage. I pretty much feel like the Invis got a big buff because you're not able to target them effectively with the aim assist that you use on mobile devices. The DD was picked up by Inspiral, Invis was picked up by Dandelion. So denying those to the enemies and utilizing them is a very important thing. Even if it does get juggled around, at least it goes to your team. That's what's more important.
Yeah, and just one more thing that I have to say about Smeghead Gaming. They did exceptionally well for being 2, maybe even a week old. They fought bravely. They definitely show that they have some strategy. They just need to tweak a little bit their strategy, but they're definitely going to be top contenders in this series, if not in future tournaments. So I'm very excited to see the potential that comes from them, and we'll see from them in the future. And do you have any last words for our last matchup? Do you want to go ahead and go into the next?
I think that's about I think that's about it. So we could go ahead and go into the next matchup here. It looks like we'll be doing we will be discussing
Hammers
versus Space Soldiers. There we go.
Woo.
Yes.
So we have Hammers Esports, who is a very strong team. They're a strong organization, and Hammers Esports has been around for a few years already. We do see them in other mobile titles, and they have a couple of tournaments under their belt, which is pretty interesting. And then they also have this person who I think is a walking Armajet encyclopedia, Big King L. He knows his mechanics really well, and he also knows his weapons really well. So I'm very curious to see if I'm not 100% sure if he's playing or if he's going to be sitting on the sidelines and just watching the game. That would be pretty interesting to see how he ends up countering Space Soldiers with his weapon choices. And then Lucas, he's also a sniper, he's a backliner, and Python, he's an all-around player that's going to be filling in the gaps for these guys. And we also have Devoted, who has massive KD ratios, and he's pretty good with the long claw, sorry. And then we have Space Soldiers. Now Space Soldiers also is one of those new teams, however the players are very old Armajet players. We have Seeker, who is a very mental player. He uses strategy, and he uses, I don't know, he has an expertise on pretty much what's called my mind is leaving me, sorry. Okay, so he's a great strategy player, he's a mental player, and he's considered to be one of the best snipers in the game. And he also has, I think in these matchups, frontliners need to go ahead and be very defensive and make sure that they protect him and keep him alive so that he can do the damage and clear the way for them. And then, so we'll see what happens in these games. I'm pretty excited to follow it. I think we're just waiting on one player.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I'm still updating the stats right now, guys, so sorry for the delay, but we're going to go ahead and see if I can get that done. Did I get an invite to the game already? I believe I did. Nope. So
players to watch in this series is going to be obviously Seeker from Space Soldiers. His pre-tournament stats, he has 39% accuracy, and again, he is a sniper, so having those stats for accuracy is actually pretty well. And then Lucas and Big King L on the Hammer side. Again, Big King to me is like a walking encyclopedia. His KDA is 7.3. And Lucas's is 9.1, and their accuracy is 43% for both of them. And they also favor Lucas and Big King. They also favor the Black Tusk. So they're basically frontliners, and we'll see if Seeker's going to be able to go ahead and take them out during the matchup. And I think we're still waiting for 2 players to join. Yeah, we have.
Oh, looks like we're actually getting started.
We're about to start. Woo,
yep.
Take it on.
Here we go.
2, 1.
All right, and there we go, guys. We are into the game. Hammers Esports on the home team right here. And it looks like we've got Devoted, got himself a Long Claw right there. And it's a Long Claw battle on the west side of the map. Nice jetpack kill right there. Flies off the map. Lucas and Devoted trying to get some kills right there. They do end up, Devoted ends up getting 1 kill on the Garonium. Lucas takes out Seeker. Big King L is coming in with that, what is that? The bubbly? The bubbly jetpack? I love it. Lucas is on the killing spree at the moment. He does end up picking up the invisibility right there. And he's still on the killing spree. He's got that wonderful blue flame on top of his head. Rotates back and away. Picks himself up that, that health right there to stay nice and healthy. But he's in a 2v1 situation. Gets killed by Devoted right there. Airstrike comes down. There's not much they could do about that one. Billy the Kid is now on the killing spree. But he gets his spree ended very, very quickly. Airstrike comes down. Devoted's machine gun drone has nothing to do. Billy the Kid rotates forward. We do see that Marauder shot from Big King L onto Reason right there. 22-9 so far, a minute and a half into the match. This is just a huge landslide for Hammers at the moment. Billy the Kid in a bit of trouble right there, getting shot by Reason from above. Ended up getting sniped out by Marquise right there with that long claw. Reason comes in, goes too low on the health. Billy the Kid is on that killing spree right now. We're gonna see what he could do. Big King L drops down his machine gun drone to assist. And we do see that Lucas is next on the killing spree, and there's only one kill left. Round is over, and it is a complete massacre, a clinic, if you must say, by Hammers Esports. What an amazing performance by them.
Also, Space Soldiers, they give it their best, they give it their all, but they're definitely lacking the synergy that Hammers Esports has. We did see Hammers Esports play together for most of the game. However, we did see them also spread out a little bit, go and attack, and then come back, almost kind of like a yo-yo. So, like, you had the team playing together and attacking together, and then, you know, there'd be a straggler, and then one of the guys would go and get it, and then they were pretty much on their defensive also, so they were spreading out and coming back, and it was just an interesting gameplay for Hammers Esports. And Space Soldiers, again, just lack that synergy that Hammers Esports has, and I'm very surprised. I saw Seeker a little bit more on the front lines, are being just left out there in the open, and his teammates are pretty much together elsewhere. And that's not to say that the team wasn't being protective of Seeker, but they really need to be protecting Seeker in order for them to be able to land those shots and lower the health of the team. So I wonder how things are going to play out in this game. It was definitely a devastating loss for Space Soldiers, but I still think that they have what it takes to make it a closer game.
Yeah, I agree with you. Space Soldiers, it's difficult to go up against a huge giant like Hammers Esports, because Hammers Esports has won a previous tournament here. They came back in the first Scorpia Armajet tournament, the Crossfire tournament earlier this year, or was it late last year? It's been a while since I've done that tournament, but they have even been known to drop into the bottom losers bracket, and they were able to still come back up. But we're preparing to fight. We're getting into the second game here. Space Soldiers versus Hammers Esports. Let's see if Space Soldiers can get on the front foot and get themselves a win right now. But we've got Devoted right there, getting 2v1 in the top lane. He's not able to come back from that one. Billy the Kid gets himself a kill on the Seeker, actually. Geronium dies as well to Billy the Kid. It's 3-1 so far. Billy the Kid trying to aggress a little bit. Front lining does get taken out as he's trying to rotate back. Devoted has to rotate back right there. Reason, Thunderstorm kill on the Big King L. We've got Seeker. Oh, am I not showing the game? I'm sorry, guys.
Pretty close game, and then all of a sudden Hammers takes the lead by 3.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. Sorry about that. I'm in the transition. I need to take off the transition scene, guys. Anyway.
Still in the lead by 3.
Yeah, 9-6 right now. Double damage is picked up by Hammers. Excellent control by Hammers Esports right now. Airstrike does come down, does connect onto Geronium right there. The invis is available. Double damage is picked up by Reason. Billy the Kid's in the 2v1 right now. He's rotating up and around. It's a 3v1. Seeker comes in, takes him out. Big King L. Wow. There you go, man. I'm sorry for that one. Now we have Hammers Esports controlling the top mid part of the lane right there. 18-11 right now. 140 into the game. Or remaining in the game, rather. And Seeker's coming in. 2v1. Not the best situation for you, good sir. Big King L deploys his machine gun drone. Watch out for Seeker and Reason. Reason gets annihilated, though. Big King L and Billy the Kid are putting on a clinic here up in the top. 25-12, and a jetpack kill sends him flying across the map. The airstrike comes down. It connects on the Marquis and Geronium. Reason thunderstorms Billy the Kid in the face, but Big King L gets a kill in return. Seeker's incendiary burns Devoted alive, and it's another kill, almost a C-shaped jetpack kill. And that's all she wrote. Billy the Kid, Bing King L for Hammers, taking it to Space Soldiers right there and getting themselves the win. A solid win by them. Well done, guys.
Definitely. And, you know, Space Soldiers definitely did a little bit better. They were playing together. They took out any stragglers that Hammers might have left. I forgot what that 3v1 situation. It's just so exciting to watch them like really start playing a little bit better. However, it still wasn't enough to go ahead and secure the win against Hammers in this game. But it's still pretty exciting to see, and I wish we would get to see them play a little bit better. But it's still just very exciting. And I know with about a minute and a half in, there was a lot of contention for mid. And I think that's where Space Soldiers ended up taking advantage of Hammers and ended up executing. I think it was Billy the Kid that was left alone. Let me go ahead and exit this game and then get in. Well, I don't think we're ready just yet for our next matchup, but congratulations to Hammers.
Yeah, they did really, really well. Yeah. I'm looking at the stats right now that we've got so far with Hammers, and looks like in this series we did have the best KDA was actually Billy the Kid. He ended up getting 3.22, so he was always there. He got himself 21 kills for the whole series versus Space Soldiers. He had the best kills. Next to him, actually Lucas ended up sniping out a lot of people, and he had 16 kills, followed by Big King L on the other side with 14, and 9 kills for Devoted right there, also a sniper. So they performed super amazingly. Look on the other side, guys, going up against Space Soldiers, who we've seen Seeker. He's one of those legendary OG players in the Armajet community. He ended up getting himself 4 kills, 13 deaths. So you could say that he got focused down by Hammers. I know that Seeker can be a very deadly player. I've gone up against him a lot in the top 100 playing in public matches. If you let him kill you, he can kill you good, I must say. And on the other hand, he just got shut down. Reason got great kills, 10 kills right there, however, 17 deaths. Marquise ended up getting 7 and 13. And then we saw Geronium, 7 and 17 right there. So it's a difficult thing to have a new team like this going up against an OG Armajet team like Hammers Esports. But it's a learning experience, and GG, well played to both teams for being here.
Definitely. I know that Hammers, what they had to do in that game is pretty much get rid of Seeker. He is a very strong sniper, so he can't win the game if he's not playing. He can't take a lead if he's constantly having to respawn. So congratulations to again Hammers Esports for the win. And let's go ahead and move on to our next matchup. Sean, go ahead and introduce him for a second. Yeah,
our next matchup is actually going to be it's going to end up being, are we doing Smeghead now versus Space Soldiers?
And Space Soldiers,
yes.
Okay, so I just joined the match, and Space Soldiers, devastating loss. How do you think they're going to do? Do you think mentally they're prepared? They do have to have that protection onto Seeker. Do you think that they'll be a little bit more sporadic and all over the place? Do you think Smeg, is also recovering from a loss? Do you think mentally these two teams will give us a really close game? Do you think that the lead is probably going to be evident between these two?
I feel like Smeghead and Space Soldiers, they're newer teams. To me, they feel like, even though they have some OG players on them, they are overall newer teams. So they could end up having similar play styles, similar strategies, and similar performance. So seeing them, both here right now, I think that it could go either way at the moment. Let's talk about our players to watch, actually. We're going to be playing on Moonbase, by the way, everybody. So the home team is considered to be, it looks like we're going to be having, I'm not sure who's going to be the home team right here.
That hasn't.
Yeah. Has it not been determined yet? Is it Smeghead? Okay, it's going to be Smeghead. So they're going to be Team Alpha. But do we have players to watch for this match, Sapphire?
Do we? Yes, we do. We have Chua and Seeker again on Space Soldier. So Chua He is our frontliner, and he is definitely going to be playing, I guess, more in the. No, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be playing as a support or not. But one thing that I did want to mention for these two teams, since these two teams are new, Smeghead being a week to 2 weeks old, they may be the #1 clan in ranking. However, they don't have that tournament experience that Space Soldiers does have. We have seen a couple of these players, especially Seeker, Geranium, play before. Geronium, sorry, play before another tournament. So they do have. I'm going to give him that advantage over two Space Soldiers. Now for Chua, his let me go ahead and see if I can get his stats for a second. I know they went away for me.
Yeah, Chua's stats. The Chua stats actually, what he's got is he's level 43 right now, I believe, if that's what the level is in game. But he's got 2.4 for his KDA, 34% accuracy, which is pretty good. You know, we've seen better here in the tournament so far, but but his KDA is not bad at being 2.4. So he's definitely going in there and finishing off the enemies. But we're actually preparing to fight everybody. We're getting into the first match right now. It's Smeghead versus Space Soldiers, and here we go. So it looks like we've got Seeker over there with that long claw trying to snipe some people out. Looking for that early control in the mid over the invis and the double damage there. But they're not going to be responding for a while. No one is down yet in the first 20 seconds so far. We do see the long claw shots coming out. A lot of sniping. Wolfcore is taking a lot of damage. He's actually rotating back right there. And the first kills are actually out. Banana gets a kill on the Reason. Marquise with a long claw onto Duck. Invisibility picked up by Reason. He's going in. He's going deep, trying to kill somebody. Banana knows he's there, trying to go after him. It's not happening. You look on the other side. Seeker actually picked up the double damage. It's actually juggled onto Marquise. He gets himself a nice one-shot, one kill right there with that long claw. And he's got the shielding as well, so he's very well protected. A nice shot from across the way downtown by Marquise and Seeker as well. Seeker deploys that drone, and it looks like Banana is on a killing spree at the moment. Watch out for him. He's going in. Gets himself that killing spree ended, actually. Airstrike comes down, rains down upon the map. Wolfcore getting shot up by that Marquise sentry right there. Sentry controlling the middle section. Seeker's trying to go in. Banana gets hit really good by that long claw shot. Gets taken out as he's trying to rotate back and away. Marquise getting thunderstorm down, smited by holy hell and lightning. And it looks like Wolfcore gets himself a kill as well with that thunderstorm. Actually, no, it was Banana who got that last thunderstorm kill. Duck tries to rotate away, but Reason ends up killing him with that Black Tusk. Seeker rotates away, super low on health.
1 minute remaining.
Geronium's machine gun turret is doing work. That drone is going around the map. Banana ends up picking up the double damage, but he's taken out, destroyed. And it looks like we do have a killing spree that was actually ended by Duck right there. Reason's coming in. He's got that double damage. Let's see what he could do with it. Kills Fat Liver Freddy all the way around the map right there. Double damage, falls down. No one's got a killing spree that I can see at the moment. Oh, Marquise did, but he actually ended up falling right there. Fat Liver Freddy tries to get a long claw shot off. Not able to finish off his target. Banana and Fat Liver Freddy trying to control the mid section right there. We won't have any respawns for the double damage or the invis for the rest of the match. And the round's over. And that's it. That's all she wrote right there. 30 kills goes over to Space Soldiers. They get themselves a win in this matchup versus Smeghead.
Not bad, definitely not bad gameplay from Smeghead. They were playing very cohesively, better than they were in the last games, and there was just something that happened. Like towards the end, I feel like they were just scrambling a little bit more, and I think that put them a little bit on edge because the lead just kept growing and growing, and I don't know. They just couldn't recover, I think, from that. And even though they were towards the end scrambled pretty much all over the bottom part of the map, throughout the game, through the first half of the game, they were playing together so close, and they kind of figured out that they needed to spread out. So I don't know if that was damaging to them, because Space Soldiers at times would just cover them. And since they maintained close, they were just pretty much like easy fire for Space Soldiers. And I know also Space Soldiers, they were very, actually both teams were very defensive in the beginning. They were all playing with snipers, and all of a sudden Space Soldiers just decided to like, I don't know, turn up the volume or something and, you know, pump it up a little bit more, because they were very aggressive and they were playing with synergy. They definitely showed us a better game than they did against Hammers Esports. And again, it could be the lack of tournament experience from Smeghead, but great job anyway. They you know, they played their best and they're doing really well.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I'm looking at the stats right now that our awesome production team is actually taken care of at the moment, and some of the guys that or some of the team members that we saw playing so far for Smeghead, 9 kills for Duck. Bunana got himself, well, let's look at the KDA actually. 1.7 for Duck, 1.3 KDA for Bunana. Fat Liver Freddy ended up getting 0.5 KDA, 0.6 for Wolf Core. Look on the other side, Space Soldiers, 1.8 KDA for Seeker, 2.0 for Reason, 2.5 for Marquise, and 2.4 for Geronium. So it's a huge difference. And not only that, the power-ups that were controlled by Space Soldiers ended up being huge right there. Only 1 double damage was picked up by Smeghead, where on the other side, Space Soldiers ended up getting 3 power-ups. We saw 1 double damage picked up and 2 invises picked up by 2 separate members of Space Soldiers. So they worked very cohesively together to not only overall get a better KDA, but they got more kills, of course, in the end because of that. They ended up getting the 30 kills to end up finishing the match, and they controlled the power-ups effectively.
Okay, we're going to go ahead in our next matchup, and we're going to be playing, I think it's a temple map, is that correct? Yeah.
I need to join.
You need to join?
I was talking for too long.
A little. Yeah, it's okay. I think the players are still actually getting ready. We're just waiting for one more. So we're almost ready, guys. Smeghead Gaming versus Space Soldiers. Space Soldiers is leading by 1. And what do you think? Are we going to see Republic to make a little bit more of a presence in this game? Do you think we're going to be hopefully seeing him a little bit more aggressive on this next matchup, giving a chance to Smeghead to be able to maybe not have the gap between the two teams as high? What do you think?
I do think that we're going to have Smeghead step it up for sure, to be able to get on the front foot here, even the series up versus Space Soldiers. The big thing is here, even though I've seen players like Wolf Core and Fat Liver Freddy playing in public matches in Armajet, they've been around for sure. The OG player that's leading the pack on the other side for Space Soldiers is Seeker. He is so good. I've seen him play so many times. His experience is off the charts. This guy, he can handle so many different weapons. Not sure if are we staying on this map on Temple, or are we going into another Temple?
We went into Temple again, but
okay, so I need to join up.
Yeah, and we're still waiting for other players to join as well, so we're not just ready to start about yet. I'm pretty excited to see what happens on Temple. I mean, this is a pretty, correct me if I'm wrong, Temple, what kind of map is this? Is this a map that's more centered? Not as much as the snow base, of course. I think snow base is one of the most centered maps where you want to play in the mid because of the double damage and, what's it called? Power-ups.
Yeah, the power-ups for sure.
So on here, are we going to see a little bit more, like the teams a little bit spread out, or do you think that we're also going to be seeing them hovering towards one end of the map, which usually tends to happen?
Well, we're actually getting into the game right now. I'll go ahead and explain as much as I can. Sapphire Sky, good questions, but we are into the match, Smeghead versus Space Soldiers. This map has both the invis and the double damage. It makes them harder to get though, because the platforms have a greater distance between them. It's still possible to get both the power-ups if you want to, but it's probably smarter to separate them between 2 pilots. We do have 3 and 3 kills going to both teams at the moment. Only 20 seconds into the match. Seeker gets himself a nice thunderstorm kill right there on the Duck. Watch out. And another jetpack kill into the top lane right there. This is a beautiful thing when that happens, isn't it? Marquise narrowly avoiding that long claw shot right there. Going in a 2v1 situation, gets himself killed. Not a good idea. And a thunderstorm kill by Wolfcore onto Reason right there. Frag grenade goes nowhere from Geronium. That thing falls into the bot lane. And the double damage is not quite there yet. They were all grouping up. The invis is available. Seeker goes in. 3v1 gets himself electrocuted. He might as well have gone to the electric chair. Reason rotating back, gets himself a good kill right there. Airstrike comes down. Doesn't connect with anybody though. Reason's machine gun drone is flying around, getting itself a couple of kills right there, helping to add to the cause. And the double damage does end up getting juggled around, picked up by Seeker right there. Gets himself a one-shot, one kill with that long claw. Trying to maintain control over the mid section from a distance. Duck going in, 3v1. Does end up getting himself a kill with Seeker. Those overshields are immensely helping him. 20 to 18 right now in favor of Space Soldiers. 20 to 21, 21 to 21. Things are tied up within the last minute. The super shields right there for Fat Liver Freddy gets shattered by that long claw. Thunderstorm action all on the top lane right there, but Duck ends up getting both the kills, and an airstrike comes down as a jetpack kill goes up into the heavens. And we do have a lead right now. 2 kills up for Smeghead. 3 kills now with 45 seconds remaining. Marquise ended up ending Fat Liver Freddy's spree right there. 2 kills are remaining so far. Space Soldiers, what's going on, man? Are you guys going to be able to keep this one tight or what? Double damage actually picked up by Reason right there. Will he be able to get himself anything with these one-shot, one kills? Thunderstorms being used all over the top side of the map. And it's 30 kills. Ends up going over to Smeghead right there. They get themselves the even up into the series right there. Well done for Smeghead.
It's so close. Oh my god, it's pretty exciting. And you know, Space Soldiers did have the lead, but they just lost it. I don't know, towards the end of the game, it was kind of like, what are you doing wrong? And I think they just put too much pressure on themselves to play the best that they could, and it was just lacking a little bit. I know that towards about a minute 10, what's it called, Smeg was at the bottom right, and they seemed to have been surrounded by Space Soldiers, but Space Soldiers ended up losing that fight, and Smeg just ended up just completely being aggressive and running all the way across the map just to make sure that they get the last kill. I don't know, this was just awesome to watch. It was amazing to see, and Duck was simply on fire. The last time I was able to check, I think he had what, 14, 15 kills. That's pretty impressive in this game, especially being a new team that they just, you know, started playing about a week or 2 weeks ago. I don't know, this is pretty impressive. I'm hoping to see a lot of clips uploaded to Twitter. Guys, we are having a giveaway. Forgot to mention that. Make sure that you capture your favorite moments. This game definitely had a lot of them. Upload it to Twitter and tag at the Forge League, please. Thank you guys so much. This is our way of giving something back to you guys, and hopefully you do a lot of clips. So we're pretty excited to see what happens in this last game. We do have Smeg versus Space Soldiers. Now, I don't know what happened there to Space Soldiers. They kind of just lost their footing, lost their mental balance, which I'm very surprised. Why the hell did Seeker go into that 1v3 towards the beginning? I don't know what he was thinking about, but you know, I'm sure there was some strategy to it.
You know,
so go ahead.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, it happens. You know, there's overconfidence that happens sometimes. Sometimes these teams can really get the better of you. If you don't have good team coordination, then then you may not be able to pull out the win in these cases, especially when it's so close, when the teams have such close skill capacity. Then of course it could go either way. It's finally a great close match that we're able to see. There's my 2 cents for you guys in Twitch chat, but it's amazing to get close games like this. So Seeker had a lot of deaths this time, once again, and less kills than he normally has. So his KDA ended up only being 1 for this previous matchup on the Temple map. So him those 3 kills, or those 3 extra deaths he had, 3 less kills, could have been very instrumental in him helping his team. But anyway, we are going back into the game, guys. This is game 3 right here between Smeghead and Space Soldiers.
1.
Fight! And here we go, ladies and gents, Annas and Krugers. It is time. The final match in this series. 3rd series of the day, I must add. But Long Claws are coming out. Seeker gets himself a kill on the Duck right there. Thunderstorms being used as well. Marauder shots from Marquise on the Fat Liver Freddy. Good ones right there. Still about 20 more seconds until both of the power-ups are available. The Invis and the double damage. Geronium and the rest of his team trying to get a 3v1. End up taking out full Wolf Core right there. Duck comes in. Grabs himself that Invis. He's going to be so hard to target right there. Steals away the double damage. He is going down. Follow this man because he knows what he's doing. Oh no, he ends up getting killed. But Geronium ended up getting the double damage from him. Follow him for a little bit. Double damage gets dropped right there. Duck throws that airstrike down, and it's a very successful one, getting himself about 3 kills right there. And he's on a killing spree now. He is so low on health. Will this guy be able to survive anything? Yes, he does. Still gets himself a couple of kills right there. And again, another close game with 1 minute 40 seconds remaining in the match. We've got 2 kills in between these 2 teams right now. Reason on a bit of a killing spree himself. He is rotating back, staying on the back line with that Long Claw. Will he be able to do anything with it though? And it looks like he is. He's staying alive right now. Reason standing at 6-2 for his KD at the moment. But it looks like, yeah, it looks like Space Soldiers is actually being able to pull out a bit of a... They could potentially pull out the W here with 5 kills ahead. About 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining in the match. Seeker on a bit of a killing spree himself now, as opposed to Reason. Let's see if we can take a look at what he's doing. He's staying on the back line with that Long Claw, seeing if he could get himself some more kills. Gets himself that double damage. Invis is actually picked up by Duck. But we do have Fat Liver Freddy actually ends up getting a kill right there with that Long Claw. 1 kill is remaining for Space Soldiers to secure the win for themselves. And the Thunderstorm gets them around the corner. And Geronium is the man of the minute. Gets himself that final kill for Space Soldiers. Well done to Space Soldiers in this 3-game series.
So 30 versus 23. This was a constant back and forth game throughout most of the game. I think it was just the last minute where Space Soldiers ended up taking the lead. But there were a couple of moments where Space Soldiers was like, oh my god, we are about to lose this if we don't do something. And then this is where you see a little bit more of the strategy come out. You had both teams respectively on their sides, and they would pick off people. If you straddled out a little bit too far, boom, you were dead. And I do think that Marquise's Sentry helped them out a lot to secure this win. They were able to keep Smeghead pretty much away from the rest of the team, and it offered like ample support for the team. And this is where Seeker was able to come in and secure those sniper kills, and they were able to do a lot of damage, and just the whole team just played exceptionally well. And I don't know, it was just very, very exciting to see. And being Smeghead's you know, they just formed this team, it shows that they're very promising, and I'm very excited to see them, and definitely in future games. I don't know, I'm just really, really happy for these guys. Everything was just really, really fun.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you there. Overall, throughout the series, we've got 23 kills, actually, for Seeker, who is the snipe and mid guy. But check out Reason. Seeker was the OG killer. Sorry. Sorry, guys, a bit of a throat congestion there. Reason actually ended up getting 38 kills throughout the entire series. Wow, that was amazing. Overall, the KD was 1.53 for Reason. Look on the other side. We've got KDAs 1.73 for Duck, 1.23, 1.29 for Duck. Bunana and Wolf Core. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that they weren't able to pull out the win in the last match in that series, but Smeghead did really well for themselves, and getting 1 win versus Space Soldiers and the OG player like Seeker is quite an accomplishment.
So it's very impressive, especially since this team again is just formed, and a lot of people don't consider what it takes to be, you know, at the tournament level. You do have these guys that are #1 ranked clan, and yet I don't want to say that they're not performing to their best. They are. It's just that pro players are just at a different level than regular casual players. And I'm just very impressed by this team still, because they were able to go up against a powerhouse that is Seeker and, you know, kind of put him at his place. You know, the first couple of games, he wasn't able to secure any of those kills, but the last game, he definitely outshone everybody. And wow, a lot of kills for Seeker in the last one. And we are just going to go ahead and review our standings, and then we are going to go ahead and take a little break. Yep. And up next, we do have the rest of the games, match 4, 5, and 6. And currently, right now, we have Space Soldiers with the lead with 4 points. Swift Esports.
I'm still updating that score, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe I did not. Yeah, I'm having trouble accessing it at the moment, so just give me a quick second.
A quick second?
Yes, quick. How about a quick 30 seconds?
A quick 30 seconds.
Yes.
Okay, well, after our break, we're going to have Swift Esports versus Hammers, and I'm very excited to actually see this matchup. So because Swift Esports lineup, their roster, and then we do have Haxi and Repensity played on the alongside with the rest of the team for Hammers, and it's just going to be, I'm seeing a lot of aggression from both of these teams. I'm foreseeing perhaps a lot of aggression on these teams, and I don't think that they will be playing as defensive as we have seen the other teams play. Just very
Okay, I got that graphic up right now, Sky.
Awesome. And then let's see.
Yeah, I think you were reading the right ones actually, but I just didn't have it up on screen.
Swift Esports and Hammers Esports, they're both with 3 points, and Smeghead Gaming has 2 points. So I do think that the matchup, our next matchup after our break, Swift Esports versus Hammers, is going to be pretty exciting, and we shall see what happens shortly thereafter our break. And congratulations right now to Space Soldiers, as they are in the lead with 4 points.
All right, guys, we're going to a break. So thanks so much to all the teams that have been playing so far, and we're excited for the remaining games, and be sure to continuously clip stuff for the giveaway and tweet it at us so that
the giveaway.
Yeah.
Good job yesterday, and then today it's just kind of like, hi.
Woo! All right. So
yeah, don't forget to tag at the Forge League and upload your favorite clips up to Twitter for a chance to win Paragon prizes, guys.
All right, we'll see you guys soon.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our second half of the Armajet Arena 2019 spring season. With me today, I have my co-host and co-caster, Sean Austino. How are you doing today, Sean? How did you see the first half of our games? They were very interesting and fun to watch, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Everything's been really good today. Sorry about the production side, guys, if I've been a little bit slow on things. You know, the awesome productions side of the Forge League Armajet Arena tournament was training me last night. I'm just trying to get things like settled, and I hope that my casting has been appropriate for everybody today. But yeah, overall, games have been really fun to cast. It's great to see a lot of successes that we've had from new teams here, from old teams as well. And yeah, and if we go ahead and look at some of the stuff we've been seeing today, we've already seen Hammers get themselves 3 points. Space Soldiers is actually in the lead because they played more games so far. So they've got themselves 4 points. Swift has got themselves 3 points as well for that one win. And Smeghead has 2 points for the 2 losses that they've had so far in the series. So it's been really good actually overall today.
Definitely. And up next, we do have Swift Gaming versus Hammers Esports. I'm sorry, Swift Esports. It's pretty exciting to watch. I think this is definitely going to be a fan favorite. We have Propensity and Haxi on the side of Swift Esports, and they are doing exceptionally well. They're doing phenomenally well. I think they have the highest, lead in the team right now in terms of KDA. But then you also have, I forgot their names, I'm sorry, Big King L and Billy the Kid also leading, and Lucas as well on the side of Hammers Esports. So I feel like this is just going to be an overall blood battle between these two teams, and it's going to be so exciting to watch and see what happens and what the result is going to be.
It could very well be a bloodbath. It's nice to see the top 2 teams so far facing off against each other. When there's teams like this that have like Big King L and Spiral, who are both very accurate players, with 43% accuracy for Big King L right now, 39% accuracy, very large KDA for Big King L right now. The highest I've seen so far today, 7.3 KDA, is huge. That is amazing. He trades so well into his enemies on the other side. 4.74 in Spiral is very good as well. I'm only a 2.1 KDA kind of guy, so I only trade 2 for every 1 time I die. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the map. We are going to be playing on Canyon right now. Canyon only has the double damage that's in that middle platform there, in the middle of the map, of course. But it's a very interesting map because it's the first really lopsided map that we have so far in Armajet. It's not very equal. You have platforms on one side that are more like industrial looking. You've got platforms on the other side that are more like canyon based. And the way you have the dips in the valley there that goes under the middle platform where the double damage is, the fist as you may call it, ends up being kind of more skewed towards the west side having the advantage, I feel.
I know right now both teams have 100% win rate on these games so far, and that is about to change as we get into our next game. So take it away, Sean. It's all yours.
And here we go, everybody. It's Swift Esports going up against Hammers right now. Already, there's a 4v1 situation on the west side. Inspiral gets first blood on the Python right there. Billy the Kid going so low, he is forced to back up and grab himself that shield right there. Vipensity trying to throw out some damage, but no one is there to do anything. Still, Swift Esports leads the way with 2 kills right now to 1. Billy the Kid finally got a kill on the Caliber right there with that Black Tusk action. We have a lot of Black Tusk and Thunderstorms being used right now by both teams. Lucas, oh, that's an excellent sticky grenade right there by Caliber on the Python, but unfortunately Caliber kills himself in that situation. Big King L gets himself that double damage. He's going to be able to utilize that very effectively with the Typhoon, throwing out those shots. Unfortunately, gets finished off by Vipensity right there. She is doing some work out there, gets herself a double kill right there. Let's see if we still have the double damage right there. And Python is potentially in a world of hurt. Can Python survive? No, does not. Python is down. So is Yax. Big King L gets himself another Typhoon kill right there. And Vipensity, another TS kill. My favorite. A woman after my own heart right there. Python going pretty low at the moment. Gets killed in mid lane. on that platform. Big King L with the shields, trying to trade out with Inspiral at the moment. We do see Billy the Kid on a killing spree. Let's go ahead and check out how he's doing right now. In the mid platform. Double damage is not respawning for quite a while, probably over 30 seconds. Zoom out a little bit to see some more of the action. Python's going pretty low. Billy the Kid, Black Tusk down the narrow corridor, takes out Caliber. No way he's coming back. Yaxi, death with that jetpack kill into the platform. Smash that head. Billy the Kid still alive, still going around. Python deploys that machine gun turret. And the drone. And the machine gun turret by Billy the Kid gets destroyed very easily. And now we do finally have Billy the Kid actually taken out right there. So right now, Python does have himself a killing spree, but that's about it right there. Hammers Esports smashes into Swift as the first game of the series goes by, and we're going into game 2 with Swift Esports with their backs against the wall.
Definitely, and congratulations to Hammers and Big King, definitely bringing on that firepower and securing the most kills in this game. It's hard to say. So we saw a lot of force on the side of Hammers Esports towards Swift Gaming, and Swift Gaming was definitely prepared to take it on. However, once Hammers through that front line, they were not able to recover, and this is when Hammers ended up taking the lead. Still pretty exciting game. Very interesting to see what happens next. And I know that being King L, he knows his weapons left and right. So I think he was able to go ahead and counter a lot of what Swift Gaming brought onto the board, and just the Swift Gaming just couldn't seem to get their footing after that. I think it was after a minute and a half, that's when Hammers started to secure the lead and just getting kill after kill after kill. And Swift Gaming just couldn't land anything anymore. So that actually allowed Hammers Esports to recover and regain their strength and just keep barraging Swift Esports with an onslaught of attack, because they just ended up taking the lead a whole lot. Congratulations to them for sure.
Yeah, congratulations to Hammers right there. I wanted to also touch upon how the double damage control in this map is so important, because not only could you catch people out going towards the double damage, it does make it difficult in this map because of the angles. However, if you're able to control the double damage, you have so much more damage output. Big King L picked up the DD twice for Hammers Esports. That's huge. He was able to stay alive for so long. His KDA was 2.6. He had 10 kills, 5 deaths, 3 assists. This guy was on a rampage, pulling out a clinic. Well, not exactly the rampage that we have in the game, but he was pulling out a clinic, man. And right after that, Billy the Kid, we're following him for a while. He was getting some killing sprees as well. And he had 3.0 KDA, so it was even higher than some of his guys on the team. Look over at Lucas, actually. 4.0 for Lucas. 7, 2, and 1. So he had even less deaths. When you're not dying, you're not feeding the enemy team points. That's what's really important about Hammers Esports. Them able to stay alive and be able to prevent kills from going over to the enemy team. That's what allows them to keep trading better into the enemy team and upping their score. And that's what Swift Esports needs to think about going into the next match or the next
Definitely.
game.
Definitely. We're just waiting for a few players left.
And me.
Definitely need you in there. Just friendly reminder, guys, go ahead and click your favorite moments, upload them to Twitter, and be sure to tag @TheForge for your chance to win some Paragon prizes. Now, going into this next matchup, it's going to be snow-based. So a lot of these teams are going to try to really contend for the middle. And we've seen Vipensity and Yaxi definitely be more, I guess, the aggressors on the side of Swift. Where do you think that Spiral is going to be left at? Do you think he's going to be... well, obviously, he's one of the best backliners also in the game. So I do expect him to see there. However, I feel like he needs to be a little bit more aggressive in terms of his strategy isn't working out. He needs to be able to reposition himself quickly in this game.
Well, speaking of
because
Spiral,
this is pretty hard.
Yeah, we're into the game, Sapphire, and he got himself a Havoc rocket kill right there.
Nice.
Yeah, he totally did. So even though he's on the back line, this guy has some really strong skills with that Havoc right there. Trying to get himself a kill right there onto Lucas. He's able to pick up another one at close range, but gets himself killed in return by Devoted. Let's see if we have anybody who's got a killing spree at the moment. No one has a killing spree so far. And Spiral still using that Havoc, throwing it across the map, gets a solid hit on the Big King L right there. It is a disaster. Billy the Kid is on a killing spree, but he did get his killing spree. Is his killing spree ended? It looks he's still alive, down to a sliver of health, gets refilled on his health. But that Havoc went ahead and ended that for a minute. The DD is juggled back and forth. Lucas picks up that double damage right there. Let's see what he's going to be able to do with it. They are really putting the pressure right now on Swift Esports. Now Lucas is on the killing spree. He is down to a sliver of health. You can't even see that health bar. Regenerates it though. Let's see if they can go ahead and put some more pressure on Swift Esports at the moment. Thunderstorm being used by Caliber, trying to do something versus Lucas, but that overshield is just too much for him. And speaking of shields, Super Shield is activated by Lucas. So he's rotating back. Very, very healthy right there. Does have that Marauder available. He's trying to pick a target. Kills Yaxi right there with it. A nicely placed Marauder shot. Caliber gets destroyed by... oh, actually does get a nice kill with that sticky grenade onto Billy the Kid as he goes down. In Spiral, not able to get a Havoc shot off. Lucas still on this killing spree, and he is just taking it to them, taking it to Swift Esports, and that's all she wrote. The round's over, the series is over. Hammers Esports takes themselves a very clean victory, 2-0 in the series over the Swift Esports team.
Congratulations to Hammers Esports for moving on ahead and securing the 3 points. Now, Swift Esports, they did their best, and yet it still wasn't enough to go ahead and just get Hammers. They ended up losing I don't think they were ever actually in the lead, maybe at the very, very beginning, because Inspiral was doing such a great job, and he definitely showed up this game, by the way, and he ended up getting the most kills on his team this round, and using that Havoc, I think, was very instrumental and key to that. However, it still wasn't enough for them to make this even a close game. You know, Hammers definitely, I want to say, stopped them. They knew what they were doing. They were playing very well together. They kept moving around the map, and they played as a cohesive team, and they were able to secure the shots and to get those kills. So great job on Hammers' side. So they go ahead and win, what, 3 points? Correct.
Yeah, Hammers gets themselves, they actually, I think is it per, yeah, they end up getting 3 points. Is it per
series?
Is it per, it's for the series win, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so I want to talk more about in Spiral having that Havoc from the backlines. Started off great. He was able to throw out those rockets, connect, scare up some of the Hammers Esports teams members. However, eventually it became kind of a moot point as the game went on, because you saw we were following Hammers Esports players, Billy the Kid, Big King L, Python, I believe too. They were, I don't know if Python was in this game, but we were following Hammers Esports players. They were the ones who had the killing sprees over and over again. They were the ones controlling the double damage. We saw Big King L pick up the double damage once himself. His KDA ended up being 2.3 that game. He had 5 kills, 4 deaths, 4 assists. Look over right under him at Billy the Kid, rather. He had a 4.0 KDA, 9, 4, and 7. He performed really well. And even beyond him, again, yeah, Python wasn't in this game. Lucas ended up getting himself 7 kills, 2 deaths, 3 assists once again. He was just surviving over and over again. And that's similar to his stats from game 1, which is great. You know, he had even more assists this time. So Lucas was kind of like the sleeper that people didn't really pay attention to in this game, but he performed really, really well. And getting these kills over and over again, staying alive, that ended up allowing Hammers Esports to get a quick, decisive victory over Swift Esports in this series.
Definitely, I definitely agree, and congratulations to them. Let's go ahead and talk about our next matchup, which is going to be Hammers Esports versus Smeghead Gaming. So, Hammers, an established team versus a very, very new team. I do expect to see a little bit more defensive strategy from Smeghead, and I expect to see a little bit more, I guess, not so aggressive where they just go ahead and completely stomp Smeghead, but I do expect to see a little bit more aggression, but towards the back line. This is just all prediction, but just to see how Hammers has been playing, it's just been incredibly well. And then you do have Big King L, who knows all of his weapons, and he's going to provide, I don't know, the best counters to Smeghead. And I don't think Smeghead really has a chance against Hammers in this matchup, but we'll see what ends up happening. I do expect them to get into the double digits, though.
let's go ahead and take a look at the standings right now, Sapphire, since we do have those available to us at the moment. And
nice.
yeah,
Okay.
it looks like Space Soldiers, yep, they're at 4 right now with 1 win, 1 loss. Swift Esports, 1 win, 1 loss also. And Smeghead Gaming, 2 points right there with 2 losses. Hammers Esports taking the cake right there. They've got themselves 2 wins so far today with 6 points in this heat during this group stage. Yeah, so
Do you think Hammers is going to, well, after this game, who do you think is really the strongest contender for Hammers Esports? Because Hammers Esports versus, what was yesterday's, oh my god, my mind just went, so Sky Rose. They also ended up with 9 points. Do you think Hammers and Sky Rose are going to be probably our final 2 guys? Or is this way too early to tell?
I think it's really possible. They could very well do it. These guys are very strong. They're a very strong team. I'm thinking all the way back to the Crossfire Armajet tournament where they went, even though they lost like the first day, they ended up dropping into the losers bracket. Total Cinderella story for these guys. They're such a strong team. They're able to effectively pull themselves up and out of deficits and get themselves the win. So you can never underestimate Hammers. And this is even better because they're starting off strong now. So they have a lot of momentum going for themselves, and if they continue to perform well today, then next week they could even take the whole tournament.
Wow.
Yeah, but we're going into snow base right now for the map. So we've got the home team is actually going to be Hammers Esports going up against Smeg, it looks like, and we've got we've got everybody loaded in at the moment. Are you in here?
Waiting. I am. I'm just. It says that it's waiting for 1 player still.
Okay. Are we?
Oh, well, everybody's in there. I wonder what's saying.
Yeah, I think
waiting for 1.
everybody is in.
Okay, so I do expect to see Lucas actually playing all over the map a little bit more. He's not considered. I don't consider him in my book a straggler or anything like that. He's doing exactly what the team is telling him to do, and I feel like he's been baiting a lot of these people. And I don't know, that says a lot about him. He's very brave to go ahead and do that and put himself out there like that. But I don't know, I think it just goes to show how much more advanced the other teams right now, because they have a great strategy that's definitely been working for them.
We've got some really cool optional stats brought to us by our production team for the Forge League. Win rates so far, Hammers has a 100% win rate today in the tournament, and Swift has 50%, Space Soldiers has 40%, and Smeg has got 20%. But we are actually into the matchup, you guys.
3, 2,
Let's go ahead and get in there, everybody. Fight! And it is Hammers versus Smeghead. Let's see who pulls out the win in this case, everybody. But either way, we've got 2 and 2 so far. 10 seconds in. Looks like Big King L just got himself a Black Tusk kill right there on the Boonana. He's falling back. 2v1, 4v1. Big King L gets focused down. Thunderstormed to death. Billy the Kid rotating back. Getting hurt. 2v1. Not a good thing for him. Devoted's got that long claw. He's looking to get himself a kill. No killing sprees yet for anybody, as of yet. Lucas gets himself a kill right there. Devoted is on a killing spree. Let's see what he could do with it. Doesn't do anything. Big King L gets a double damage. He gets focused down. Wolfcore grabs a double damage away from him, but it is juggled down. Devoted picks it up. He's pretty low. Trying to get himself a one-shot, one kill with that long claw. Nothing's going to happen if the Thunderstorm gets in his face. 12 to 18 right now, 1 minute into the match. A jetpack death sends Big King L flying off the map right there. Billy the Kid, actually, surviving on a sliver of health, rotates back and away, waiting for his health to regenerate. Lucas rotates up to see if he can do anything to help out his team. Duck is Billy the Kid's next victim. Devoted, he's got himself that machine gun drone down there, floating around, not doing anything for the moment, but there's 2 machine gun drones together. Will they be able to do anything? Will they be able to take out any of the enemy team members? Duck rotating down and around, checking on the double damage. It's not quite respawned yet, and he is the victim of Devoted and Billy the Kid right now. Let's see what Billy the Kid's up to right there. Click on this guy, get him, see what he's doing with his killing spree. Very deadly guy right there with that long claw action. Airstrike does come down. Will it be able to connect onto anybody? Both Billy the Kid and Devoted have killing sprees, but Billy the Kid gets ended by looks like by Duck right there. And his airstrike. That Long Claw not able to finish someone off right there. Devoted still alive down there in bot lane. He's trying to get that double damage. Chua's sentry not able to finish off Devoted. Chua comes back, but he's easily finished off by Billy the Kid. Wolfcore trying to spot out Devoted right now. He knows he's on that killing spree. He knows that he wants to get a little piece of that action. Only 1 kill's remaining. They need to be really careful here. Smeghead, will they be able to prevent Hammers Esports from stomping them? And it's no avail. Hammers Esports takes the win versus Smeghead.
Definitely saw a lot more I saw a lot more synergy between Smeg actually in this game. They did exceptionally well. They did really well against this powerhouse of a team, Hammers Esports. But Hammers Esports just secured the win completely. They were like, Smeg had kept closing the gap in the beginning, and yet they were on them. They knew what they were doing, and then something happened that they just lost it. So Hammers Esports definitely ended up capitalizing on the mistakes that Smeg was doing, and they took full advantage of that. And also something that's very interesting, that Billy the Kid, I think he was just so brave a lot of the times in a lot of those plays, because I would see him go straight into enemy territory just to secure a kill and then run back to the rest of his teammates so that they continue on with the onslaught. Duck, I didn't see him as aggressive and as I did in other matches. It could be though that he just kept silence most of the game. Like, Hammers knew that they had to take him out, and they definitely did. And they were also going against Chua, and Chua definitely got the most. I think he got 7 kills on that last game, and he did really, really well. And again, these two guys, they just were not able to outshine or just shine the way that they're used to, because Hammers ended up putting a damper on them. But they played really, really well.
Yeah, they sure did. It's a tough thing to go up against Hammers Esports in this tournament, or any Armajet Esports tournament. Yeah, they had such great control over the map. They were able to effectively rotate around, stay alive, and staying alive is the most important, I feel. If you look at we were really paying attention to Devoted, and we clicked on that guy. We were able to follow him around for a bit. He had the Long Claw, was doing backline, guarding the double damage in the bot lane, and no one touched him for so long. And the longer you stay alive during these matches, the less kills you're giving over to the enemy team. And it's really smart, really well played by Hammers Esports.
We're just waiting for Hammers to join up, I think.
And
I'm
once again.
Yeah. Second.
It looks like we're going to be going to Moonbase, everybody. Moonbase is one of those.
It's always fun.
It's always fun. It's a tighter level. It's a little bit longer, but it's really it's not enclosed. It's kind of open, but you've got both the invis and double damage there. And what I really like about Moonbase is it has that transparent bridge that's up at the top, so you're able to snipe out and effectively kill anybody who's trying to get the double damage. That's right there in the middle platform.
It's just a sitting duck pretty much to go ahead and try to get that. It's definitely a beautiful map too, with all the purples and the greens. And guys, just a friendly reminder, we are having a giveaway, so don't forget to clip your favorite moments from our stream and go ahead and upload them to Twitter and tag at the Forge League for your chance to win some sweet Paragon prizes. So we're, I think, starting with the map, so take it away, Sean. It's all yours.
Yep, we're into the game. 10 seconds in already. We've got 5 kills for each of these, or total for these teams. Chua, 1v3 situation right there. He gets annihilated by Big King L's Quantum. Python getting himself a kill. Big King L is already on a killing spree. Let's see what this guy can do with it. He actually does get taken out by Duck right there on that thunderstorm. Not able to do very much. Duck waiting for his health to regenerate. Thunderstorm down and finished off by Big King L actually with that Quantum. That's his favorite gun right there. Big King L controlling the double damage right there, and he does get himself actually the killing spree. So he's going to be able to output massive damage with that Quantum, and look at already a lot of damage. He's allowing his team members to finish off the enemies that he's just wreaking havoc upon right now. Hunting down everybody. Marauder kill onto Duck right there. Lucas gets himself a snipe onto Banana. Big King L with that quantum over and over again. Look at that. They're just lining up for him. It's a shooting gallery right now. That's all he's doing over and over. Duck does end up finishing him off, though. Gets a bit of a kill on him, so we'll follow Duck for a quick second. Oh, but an airstrike nails that Duck to the floor. There's no way he's getting out of there. 21-8 right now with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining in the matchup. Python gets killed in bot lane right there. We've got over 30 seconds for both of these double damage and invis power-ups to come about. Looks like we've got Lucas on a killing spree himself. Let's see what he's going to be able to do. Gets a bit of pain onto him, and his shield's busted. But he ends up getting himself another shield and regenerates his health. Staying from the back line right there with that long claw. One more kill, and that's all they needed. Billy the Kid mowing those fools down with that Black Tusk. Really well done by them. And Hammers Esports, they take the series 2 games in a row, shutting down and shutting out Smeghead.
Completely down that team, huh? So 30 versus 13, we have Billy the Kid, just a great showing by him. He just knew exactly what he needed to do. And we did see a lot of frontline aggression on the side of Hammers Esports, and that just pretty much shut down Smeghead in that game. They weren't able to recover. They weren't able, anytime they were spawning, they were pretty much dying. And Hammers Esports had really good control of the map that allowed them to get those double damage and shields up. And I don't know, it's just pretty impressive gaming anyway on Smeghead's part, because this is their second week, maybe first week of playing together as a team. And just my respect goes out to them going against this powerhouse of a team. And the last game was better than this game. However, they still played exceptionally well in both series. So just going up against a powerhouse like Hammers just says a lot about them. And I'm pretty excited to see what they can do once they become an older team. Yeah,
once they get to be a veteran seasoned team that continually play here in Armajet Arena or other Armajet esports, then we could definitely see Smeghead continue to improve their gameplay. So kudos to Banana and the rest of them. Even though you think, I see you in Twitch chat, even though you think you didn't stand a chance, it's okay because Hammers is just so OP. And once we have more teams here, once we have a larger league here in Armajet Arena for the Forge League, then it's going to be fun times, and we will all continue to play competitively with each other. So let's talk about some of the stats we did see in this last game with Hammers versus Smeghead. And it looks like we did have one invis. Am I looking at the right one? This was just 2 maps, right? So
yeah,
looks like we did see just the invis was picked up, but I thought I saw the double damage picked up as well, even though I think I might be looking at the wrong notes right now.
Okay. I thought there were double damage pickups as well, but I could be wrong. Let's see.
But it looks like we're probably already going into the next matchup, so we could...
Yeah, they changed everything. Yep. Okay, so our next matchup is going to be Swift Esports versus Space Soldiers. So currently we do have Hammers Esports in the lead with 9 points, followed by Swift Esports and Space Soldiers with 4 points, and Smeghead has 3 points. So I'm going to go ahead and join the lobby. Be sure that you do as well, Austin, if you haven't already.
Yes, I'm actually taking care of stuff on the back end right now. Gonna input it for everybody to see. So, un momentito.
So, Swift Esports and Space Soldiers. This is actually, I'm actually very excited to see this because I know Haxi has been playing exceptionally well on the front line with the Black Tusk. She is going up against Seeker, who is known to be one of the best snipers, I guess, in the Armajet community. And I'm kind of hoping to see her on a sniper, but I don't think that Inspire will give that up because he's just such a god player on it as well. So I feel like this is going to be the battle of the snipers. And I don't know, I'm just very excited to see these 2 teams play up against each other and just loosen up that tie between them. So we shall see what happens, and I'm just too excited to wait.
Yeah,
I know we're still waiting for one player.
I'm pretty excited too, but yeah, we were just looking at the scores right there, and Hammers Esports is in the lead right now in this heat with 9 points. Space Soldiers and Swift Esports with 4 apiece, and then we have 3 for Spaghead, it looks like, the remaining team. So good times right here on the Forge League's Armajet Arena. So thank you guys for sticking around and enjoying these amazing esports with us. So we're going to be going to Snow Base, and we're preparing to fight right now. This is one of those maps that just has the double damage down there in the bot lane.
2, 1, fight.
And it's proved to be a favorite among the teams. We've been seeing it so much here. 3 minutes remaining in this matchup in this first match between these two Titans. So we've got Yaxi going down pretty low. He's going to have to rotate back and around. And 3v1 situation there for Dandelion. Gets himself killed by that Thunderstorm from Geronium. 4 kills right now for the Bravo team at the moment. And it looks like there's a good jetpack kill right there. Dandelion going in 2v1. Unable to do anything about it. Seeker's got himself that overshield right now. Still alive. Looking for control of the bot lane at the moment. It looks like he's going in. Gets himself a solid kill right there with that Dominion. We don't see that thing used very often. 10 kills right now for them at the moment. So, you watch out for Space Soldiers. They are continuing to maintain their lead by 2 right here. Yaxi getting himself lots of kills right there with a Thunderstorm under Reason and other members of Space Soldiers. We've got a complete clinic going on right here. Seeker, machine gun drone down in the bot lane, gets destroyed however, but a machine gun turret down there as well. Watch out for Marquise's turret, everybody. Excellent control right now by Space Soldiers Gaming. Space Soldiers. Marquise on a killing spree right now. Let's see what he can go ahead and do with it, if he could do anything. He's a backliner who's got himself that long claw. Can he pick up that shielding? Will he be able to make it out of there? Inspiral and Propensity are on his case. He's rotating down and away. Gets himself a nice kill right there with that long claw. And another one onto Inspiral. Double damage still hasn't respawned. It's going to be down for quite a while now. 16 to 21 right now. 1 minute remaining in the match. Reason got himself that machine gun drone. It's rotating away, however. Let's see what we can go ahead and check out here in bot lane. Yaxi down pretty low. Seeker gets the kill right there. He's on a bit of a killing spree. Watch out for him. Dandelion takes away that spree, and there's no way he's getting that back for a while. 30 seconds remain. Geronium gets a nice TS kill right there. Verpensity coming in. And Verpensity dies to a long claw shot from Marquis. And that's all she wrote for this first game in the series. And Space Soldiers end up taking the win right there.
So with this game, I did see a little bit more, not fast-paced as the other games that we have seen, and Space Soldiers was definitely playing to that. They were playing very defensively, and they were protecting mid as much as they could, and they did lose it to Swift Gaming a couple of times. However, they kept regaining that, and I think also, again, using our our secondary weapons to go ahead and help and give us that support to secure those wins is essential to these type of high-level games that we see in the pro players when they're playing Armajet. Also, Yaxi did an amazing job on the Thunderstorm, and I was kind of hoping to see her on her sniper. I'm very excited to see that in maybe future games, but she did really, really well, and she was there to support Inspiral and having them go ahead and land and secure those kills. But it's still, again, it wasn't enough to secure the lead and beat out Space Soldiers, even though that this was a really close game. Space Soldiers eventually just, took it and run with it, and Swift just couldn't, as swift as they could be, they just weren't able to be fast enough to catch up to them. But, great overall showing from both of these teams. It's very exciting to see them.
Yeah, it's very exciting, dude. In that last game, we had 22 to 30 for Swift Esports going up against Space Soldiers. And they did end up getting one of the double damage power-ups. Unfortunately, it didn't seem to, pan out for them. Yaxi picked up that power-up. The KDA for Yaxi ended up being 1 with 5, 5, and 0. So if you look on the other side, we've got a pretty large KDA there for Marquis. Marquis stayed alive. We were able to follow him for quite a while, and he got himself a lot of kills. He got 9 kills, 3 deaths, 2 assists, so a 3.7 average KDA. Very, very good compared to all the other players in the game, actually. It was pretty amazing. Seeker was there frontlining a lot of the time. He got himself a lot of deaths. got himself some assists. 9 kills though, which was tied for Marquise for the highest kills in the game. Oh, as well as in Spiral on the other side actually. But 1.8 KDA for Seeker. And Seeker was really like the enabler, I feel, during this game. He was able to get in there, though he may have sacrificed himself, done some damage rotation. He was able to body block for players like Marquise to be able to survive and continue to output damage.
I think this is what ended up giving them that advantage in being able to secure mid so much, and that just didn't allow for Swift Gaming to even take control of that whole section. And it's a very essential section, as I keep hearing, on Snow Base. So we're going to go ahead and move on into our next map. We're still waiting for one of the players to join, or at least it's saying one player for me. That could be incorrect. And no, we are still waiting for someone to join on Space Soldier's side. So it shouldn't be too long. And so here again, we do have Seeker, who is on Sniper, and he's just great control. He's able to go ahead and he's also a great strategist. So I feel that he has the upper hand in this game again, and he also has the tournament experience along with the rest of his players. I am going to say that Inspiral is doing a great job. Vipensity, she is making a name for herself out here, but I don't see her as aggressive as I saw her in other games. I don't know if she's maybe already a little bit tired, perhaps, maybe mentally, that she hasn't been able to do, not necessarily not that well, but that they're not securing the wins. I know that losing in tournaments also, has an effect on a player's mental state, and I just don't see her as aggressive anymore. I don't know if she's probably losing steam. What do you think?
Well, I feel like we did see her getting a lot of kills today with the Thunderstorm. It seems to be her choice weapon. 4-7 with the KD. KDA 1.1 right now for Vipensity. I feel like if she keeps using the Thunderstorm and she's enabled by her team, she could definitely get in there and assassinate some people with it. But she has to be enabled. She has to be allowed to make these kills over and over again by her team. If Inspiral can get in there and do that, that would be great. But we are going into the match right now, preparing to fight. Game 2, Swift Esports versus Space Soldiers. Who will come out on top? And here we go, everybody. So, it looks like we've already got 2 kills actually going over to Space Soldiers right now. Marquis, very, very low, getting on the back line. No killing spree yet for anybody. But Seeker gets killed with another jetpack kill. C-shapes that thing into mid lane right there. Vipensity getting 2 kills right there. Those wonderful kills with that Thunderstorm. Is she on a killing spree yet? She sure is. Let's go ahead and follow her for a bit. She is the star of the show right now. Vipensity drops that machine gun turret. Very smartly placed down there, but ends up getting killed. And let's see what Reason's doing on the other side. Reason ended up sniping her out. Oh, a nice jetpack kill into the top platform there. Beautifully done. And if we look across the way, Vipensity's machine gun turret is still alive. Gets taken out right there. And we actually have seen a big swing for Swift Esports right now. Yaxi has got himself quite a bit of kills right there with that long claw. We do see that Yaxi ends up stopping Reason's spree at the moment. Vipensity picks up the double damage, but I think it was already gone, burnt and fizzled out. Geronium hanging out down there in the bot lane. Reason picks up that shielding over at the top, gets shattered by the long claw action right there. Vipensity coming in with the overshield, getting a little bit brave right there. Both the teams are in a bit of a standoff at the moment. Long claw shots, black tusks are being shot everywhere across the map. And Spiral does end up taking Seeker out right there with that beautiful Anna skin. Geronium trying to get some action with the Thunderstorm right there, unable to connect. Seeker gets electrified and electrocuted by Vipensity. 17-15 right now with a minute remaining.
1 minute remaining.
Vipensity 2v1 with Dandelion. They do end up taking out in Spiral, it looks like, there in the bot lane. Yax's machine gun drone is floating around, doing some work as well. Vipensity, Geronium next on the list. Do we have any killing sprees? Vipensity is on a killing spree right now. Will she be able to survive? Get the invis. It doesn't happen. Right when she picks up the invis, she gets killed. Drops double damage as well. This game is so close, I can taste it. It's like a delicious pepperoni pizza made on the moon. 24-22 right now, with 20 seconds remaining in the map. Swift Esports, they're coming so close to closing this game out and getting a win over Space Soldiers. Can they do it? Space Soldiers, 2 kills up, 10 seconds remaining. 3 kills remaining for them. Gyaxi on the back line. Everybody's got overshields for Swift Esports, but they're not aggressing. Can they do it? Can they get in there? No! It's round over, and they came so close. 1 kill within getting an overtime, and it didn't happen, unfortunately. That's all she wrote, and that's the series done for a win for Space Soldiers in this final series of the day. What an amazing close game that was.
Yes,
Sapphire.
I wanted to scream the last couple of seconds, maybe the last 30 seconds. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna happen. Are they gonna take the lead? And they ended up taking the lead, and Space Soldiers said, no, it's our game. And then, oh my god, I just can't even think right now. This is just so Swift Esports, you were so close. You were so close, and I'm very excited to say that Vipensity put me in my place. She shut me up and said, no, girl, let me go ahead and show you what I can do. And wow, honestly, you blew me away, especially with that thunderstorm. It's just amazing to see you guys play like this, and I'm still on cloud 9 with this game. It's just so exciting going back and forth between the two teams.
It was so nice.
I really did.
Yeah, the gameplay was solid from them on Moonbase.
They were great together. There was synergy between both of these teams. They would inch to the right, they would inch to the left, and they were all moving together in kind of one wave. So if one guy on Swift side was aggressive, a little bit too aggressive perhaps, you have Space Soldiers just combating that aggression, and then everything just flew so well in that game. It was just awesome to watch.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. And I wanted to talk about Vipensity too. She was the player to watch on Swift Esports.
Definitely.
She got 10 kills, 7 deaths, 1 assist in that last game, 1.6 KDA, but the 10 kills, very, very impressive. Kudos to her, and makes me proud being a Thunderstorm main myself. We had a lot of power-ups actually picked up that time. We had 2 double damages picked up, and 2 invises, both picked up by Swift Esports. That's the answer right there. That's why they're able to get so close to Space Soldiers right there, because they picked up all the power-ups, because they utilized those, denied them to Space Soldiers. Sure, we had some double damage juggled around there, but them picking up initially, that's where it's at right there.
Do you think this is on Snowbase on the what's it called? The power-ups are essential to winning in this on this map?
Absolutely. Any match you have, if you're not controlling the double damage or the invis, then you're not going to be able to have the same kind of damage output. That's just the way it is, because you're inputting double damage. You've got the big perk with the invisibility, not being able to be targeted by auto aim abilities, so or aim assist. So it makes it very difficult for the enemy team if you control both those power ups. You trade so much better into the enemy team.
Do you think the Havoc also do with this, not this game, but the previous game on Swift side, with Gyaxi being on the Havoc so much? I think she was able to outshine during these games. But the Vipensity for sure, she just blew me away. She was listening to me or something, and she's like, no, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I can do. It's just a great game. This last game between these two teams was just pretty incredible to watch, and I'm just pretty happy to see this.
I agree.
And
we do see the NA group stage match
nice.
match updated points right here for the Armajet Arena on the Forge League. And it looks like we've got Space Soldiers with 7. Swift Esports has got 5 points. Smack Gaming got 3. Hammers Esports ended up getting 9. Hammers Esports won all of their matches today. Swift Esports was able to take 1 win away from somebody, so that was amazing. And Space Soldiers also, with that OG OP guy, Seeker, gets themselves 2nd place right there in this heat.
Definitely. So next week, we are going to have our double elimination stage. And basically, our top 3 teams are going to be moving ahead. And this is going to be Space Soldiers, Swift Esports, and Hammers Esports for the NA. And on the EU side, my notes are missing. And I know that we just had this yesterday, but I had them written down. Sky Rose, I think, is in the lead with 9 points. And I think the only team that's not making it through is Vipensity, because they only had 3 points. So
this
is still pretty exciting to see. We're going to have 6 teams play next week.
We do have sorry to interrupt. We do have the the final group standings for both groups right now, both NA and EU up at the moment on screen.
So we have Sky Rose.
Yep.
EU, Hammers Esports is leading NA. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got Sky Rose up there with 9 points. Hammers Esports on the opposite side with 9 points. Both Tribe Gaming and Space Soldiers 7 and 7 apiece. Fiery Tail and Swift Esports 5 and 5. And Le Canceru and Smeghead Gaming with 3 and 3 apiece. So if you look at that, it's like a mirror image between EU and North America on the other side. Clearly the top runners that we're probably going to see if we're going to go ahead and do our predictions here. For next week, the top, the people who could make it to the grand finals are going to be Sky Rose and Hammers Esports, and it's going to be a really amazing week number 2, heat number 3 over there next week. So it's going to be cool. Grand finals and heat number 3 is going to be really fun.
And guys, don't forget to clip your favorite moments from our stream and be sure to upload them to Twitter and tag at The Forge League for your chance to win Paragon prizes. Now, this is going to happen all weekend long, so just be sure that or all week long, so just be sure to, if you come back to the stream and you're rewatching it and you find this moment absolutely hilarious, go ahead and just, clip it, tag us, and you're entered for your chance to win. So we'll see what happens, and I'm pretty excited to see what people have been clipping. And
I'm already pretty excited because I was looking at all the clips that people were tagging me in yesterday, and there were some really fun clips in there. You guys, you heard my Southern Preacher accent. If you guys watch the Preacher show, I love Preacher, and it's always fun times. I grew up with a dad who had an accent from Colorado. I don't know why he did this, but hey, that was the thing back then. People had a little bit of an accent like that. He always called me his little booger boy. So here I am, though, emulating that accent.
That's actually really fun. I'm curious to see what other accents you go ahead and bring about in our next week's showcasing tournaments and stuff. So here's a little tidbit for you guys for next week, kind of a little preview. We do have Sky Rose, which is the #1 European team, is going to be playing against Space Soldiers, which is the #2 NA team, right? Well, Space Soldiers is made of the Sky Rose coach and one of their players. So Doomslayer, thank you for providing that little tidbit, and it's definitely a lot of spicy action that's going to be happening. So it's kind of like father against son. So we'll definitely see what happens there. And it's just going to be a lot of fun.
I also wanted to mention, sorry to interrupt you,
Go ahead.
Sapphire, but I also wanted to mention how we saw our production team message us saying that Hunk the Punk, who was on Swift Esports, was sick this week and he couldn't play. So it's possible that he could have made a difference in Swift Esports plays this week. And maybe if he comes back next week, he'll be able to make a big impact then as well.
Do you think they'll make enough points to go ahead and secure the lead from Hammers?
I think it would be tough, but I think maybe they could get, I don't know. I'm not a physicist here because I feel like you need physics and engineering to sometimes manage these graphics that we have or these point systems. But I feel like, hey, maybe they could get into 3rd place.
I know. Well, Hunk the Punk is just an excellent coach also. So I think having him on the team, making probably some of those shot calls and making those big plays possibly happen for them is definitely something to look out for. And it's just going to be exciting just to watch those games happen on next Saturday. And also our co-caster, Maleficarum, should be joining us too. So the transition between the stream and the screens, I think on stream should be a little bit easier for you. Hopefully, but everything is just so exciting. Can't wait for next weekend. And again, guys, don't forget about the giveaway that we are having. And do you have any last words, Sean, before we go ahead and close it out?
I wanted to say that it's been an amazing time doing the Fortune League's Armajet Arena esports here with you guys. Armajet esports is always so fascinating and fun and jetpack-filled explosions for me. It's always great to be here with you guys. And you guys could follow me, Sean Austino, SeanAustino, on all social media, Instagram, Twitter, best places to hit me up, Snapchat as well. I'm always on there documenting my days with my Snapchat spectacles, Sean Austino TV. And you, Sapphire Sky, where can we follow you?
Instagram at Sapphire Sky GG, and I'm also Sapphire Sky GG on Twitter. So go ahead and follow me on there, guys. And That's it. Pretty much it for us. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you next week. I do believe our games start at 2:30 Central, and that's 12:30 Pacific Standard Time. We will be having the graphics and everything come out on our Twitter, so be sure to follow us at The Forge League. Don't forget to upload your favorite clips, and don't forget to tag us. And thank you guys so much for having us. And Sean, great job, and it was awesome working with you again. Can't wait for next week. Any last words?
That's it. Peace out, everybody. Thanks so much, Sapphire.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.